Alright guys, Lubricant here, and I'm going to be showing you my ultimate team over the next couple of videos, where I'm a bit kind of addicted to squad building. I spent quite a bit of coins on, I've got a full 15 teams, and I thought I might as well show them to you. So I'll go into this team. This is my most expensive team, I think, out of all my teams, and it's just a really good, solid team. So we'll start off with the goalkeeper, who is Valdez. You can't really go wrong with Valdez. Links up with all the Barcelona players, and only 1,500 coins. I think he's the cheapest player in the starting lineup in this team, and he's got the high reflexes, 84, which is what you want. 91 positions obviously his standout stat, but he's just really good. His only issue is he's a bit short, but I don't think you can really say that's a bad thing. So onto the left back, who is the only silver player in this team, the only non-gold player, in fact. Luciano Monzon. Cost me about 16k, and he's totally worth it. 78 pace even, and 74 defending, and a bit of dribbling, 71 dribbling. He's a brilliant left back for me, and I think he's got a bit of a long shot. He doesn't have the trait or anything, and his long shot stat isn't particularly good, but I've scored a couple of long shots with him. I really enjoy using him as a left back. I've got him in a couple of my teams, so he's a really good player. I suggest getting him. I've got an alternative left back in Ansaldi, who is only cost me 1k, and he's the speedster if I want to sweat against my friends' gold teams. But I don't use this guy that much. I usually use Monzon because I believe he's a better defender. Into centre back, probably my favourite centre back on the game, Ezekiel Garay. Cost me 21k. He's around that. You can still get him for about that. His prices are staying quite constant. He's got that pace. 70 pace isn't great, but he's got that 76 passing and the 88 defending, 87 heading is really what stands out, making him a brilliant defender. And he scores quite a few goals from heads as well. Unlike the other centre back, Mr. Mascherano, who is quite short and has got a low heading stat. Cost me 72k, Javier Mascherano. His normal player is obviously a CDM, which means that he's got a bit of pace and he's got good midfield stats. Decent midfield stats anyway, with a 76 passing as well. But 90 defending makes him really good in the tackles, but his heading is only 80. Which isn't bad heading, to be honest, for his height. But he doesn't get to that many balls heading when he's attacking the box. 72k cost me he's really useful. I'd suggest getting him. Like, he's just not very tall. Onto right back, we have Juan Fran. 18k cost me, definitely worth it. His normal player is a right mid, so his defending isn't great, but coming forward, he's a brilliant player. Swapping over with Michu down that right side. 87 pace, 88 dribbling is really all you need to know. He's got passing, so he's got 79 passing. Got a good cross. He's basically a midfielder playing at right back. His 65 defending is not great at all, but he's a brilliant right back, and I suggest buying him for a Spanish league team definitely. Over at CDM we have what's his name? And Alberto Costa, sorry, plays for Valencia. He's a CAM. His normal card in form cost me 19k, but I've got him as a CDM, mainly due to the fact he's got 73 defending as a CAM, which I think is really good. I haven't seen high defending usually on CAMs. He's not fast, but he's got a brilliant long shot, and 84 shot is insane for a CDM. And passing, 79 passing, 78 passing even, means he can get those balls up to some of the strikers. Brilliant. I don't know if I would suggest getting him. He's not that great, but he links the Argentinian players into my team nicely. So that's the main reason he's in there. But he's also got a really nice long shot, which I love having players with long shots in CDM. The other CDM is Gary Medel. 16k cost me. He has a default CDM and he's got 86 defending. You could play him at centre back. 78 heading's all right as well. But he's pretty fast for a CDM. 78 pace, 75 shooting as well. You could probably play him as cam at push. He's really just like kind of workhorse kind of player, just leaving him in the middle, and he's just a good player. I would suggest him. He's a much better than Costa, and he's a really useful player. Onto the left attacking mid, LAM, and we have Andres D'Alessandro. Cost me 19k, another pretty cheap in form. Only 73 pace. It's not fast, but it's not ridiculously slow, and he's got the dribbling and the 5-star skills to get around the defence anyway. But his real thing that stands out for me is not his 5-star skills, but his 82 shooting, and he's got a really good long shot as well. He doesn't need to get into blocks, but he can get past the defence quite easily and just knock in a goal. He's like a third striker almost for this team, and he's a really useful player out on the wide as well. Over on the right attacking mid, we have team of the season Michu. Cost me only 13k. He's the cheapest in form in this team, and he's team of the season. It's ridiculous. Brilliant brilliant player. He's got really high strength. I don't actually know what his stat is, but 78 pace is fast enough. But 85 shooting is definitely standout stat. He might as well play striker. Like, he cuts inside, comes into the middle of the pitch, and scores a lot for me. He's got other brilliant midfield stats. Passing's good enough for playing out wide as well. For some good crosses, 81 passing, good dribbling, good heading. Overall, probably one of my favourite players in this team, and he's cheapest, and there's a lot of people saying he's really good, so surprised his price hasn't gone up. So into the centre forward, the player that this team's all about, really. I made this team around him. Lionel Messi, everyone knows him. 274k, it's a lot of money to spend on a non-informed player, but he's 100% worth it. I really like him. His strength stat is his only weakness, really. It's like 50 strength, and he does get knocked off the ball, but he's got 97 dribbling. The ball is stuck to his foot, he doesn't get knocked off that much. 93 pace as well, with a decent shooting of not even being a striker, 87 shooting. And 82 passing as well, so he can feed Aguero. I would suggest Messi over majority of players I've used. People say he's not worth it, and he probably isn't worth that much amount of money. But I would still recommend him. I haven't used any players better than him in that position. And if you play him up front, I don't know if he'd be as good. He's better just in behind the striker, where he plays in real life, really. So on to the final player in the starting lineup, Sergio Aguero. It upgraded Sergio Aguero 60k, 100% worth it. Brilliant shot, brilliant finesse shot, which I really like using, cutting onto his right. 89 pace is fast enough, it's up there with the proper fast people, with the 94 dribbling, and the 87 shooting. Brilliant player, brilliant goal scorer. He's got a lot of goals against my friends. I don't really use this team online because you never get anyone you can beat. You get people with ridiculous teams, or you just don't want to play people like that. Sweaty people is what you come up against with this team. But I use him a lot. I use Aguero. I love him, but I do sometimes replace him. Bit of a status symbol kind of player is final player in this team. Team of the season, Milito. And what's going on here? Team of the season, Milito. He's fast. He's not very fast, but he's a lot taller, stronger than Aguero. 38 pace, 38,000 coins. Man of the match, Milito. I like having man of the match cards. I'm a bit of addicted to informs and squad building and that. And 87 shooting, 84 pace, 84 dribbling, 78 heading. You can't go wrong with that as a striker. He's a brilliant goal scorer, a brilliant shot power. But I don't know. I don't know if I'd suggest him. He's not necessarily worth the 38k. There's another version of him that's black, which is exactly the same stats, and he's about 20k. He's probably worth it a lot more than the 38 I paid for him. So thanks for watching. There'll be another one of these out in the next couple of days, looking at another one of my teams. Thanks for watching. Give it a like if you enjoyed the video, and cheers for watching. Bye.